Bronzer, do we need it? Yes, I think we do. I need it because of the look that I'm going for. This side of my face has no bronzer. This side of my face, I did a light bronzer. Do you see how it brings a little dimension and life back to this side of my face? The idea of a bronzer is it's warmer. So a contour is going to have cool undertones, that blue, gray undertones, and the idea is to bring on a shadow, right? So you would use contour to transform your face so that you look like you have stronger shadows in places you want to emphasize. You've got to be really careful with contour because a lot of times in public, out in the daylight, it just looks like stripes on your face or a muddied like brown gray mess. Bronzer is not for shaping your neck. That's for a contour because you're creating a shadow. And if you use a bronzer and a warm color where this part of my skin and my neck are the same color, if I warm this up with a bronzer, first of all, the sun doesn't hit there. So the rule of thumb is where the sun would hit your face is where you want to add some bronzer because you want to just warm it up the way the sun would, right? Sun's not going to warm this up. That's a shadow. So that's for a contour, which is a darker color that's got like an undertone. Do you see the difference between these two? Well, let me show you this. You see the difference between these two? This has got a warmer, this is a bronzing stick by Dior. She's bougie and not necessary. You don't have to have bougie. I like bougie shit, so you don't have to have bougie. Sachu makes a good one. Morphe makes a good one. I love the Morphe contouring stick because it's more of a bronze color, the one that I like. Let me show you once I go through all this shit. This one in Shape Lifter is more of a warm color, so I can use this as a bronze, if I can get the top off, as a bronzer and highlight those areas with a bronzer instead of contouring, which is creating a shadow. Am I making sense? So a contour on my cheek right here would be underneath to create the illusion that this is sharper than it is. Anywhere that you have a shadow, it is showing that that has depth. So you use a dark color to bring something in, and you bring a light color on you put a light color on your face to bring something out. With a warm bronzer, you are just warming up the color of your face. Putting this on my cheek is warming up this side of my face and breaking it up a little bit, which is different than a contour where you're creating a shadow. If you had to choose between two, bronzer for sure takes the win. When you first put on foundation, it looks a little bit like your whole face is like monotone, like you can't, so you want to bring out your eyelashes with a mascara, you want to emphasize your brows, and you want to use a bronzer to warm up those places on your face that the sun would naturally hit. I like bringing mine into my hairline and doing this whole, I have a lot of forehead, so I bring that down further than someone that had a smaller forehead would do, and I stay out of this right here. This temple right here is, as we get older, this starts to sink in. Like we lose some fat in this area. So I don't want to emphasize, I don't want to bring that down and in, like dark colors bring stuff in where bright colors bring stuff out. I want to lighten that up a little bit. I bring my concealer up into this area, and sometimes we'll even highlight some of this area. So I want to bring that out. I don't bronze all the way around. You know, a lot of videos will show you that you bronze like this and then you go around like no. You can do whatever you want to do. What I've learned with playing with makeup is that doesn't look good on me. And anywhere from here down, I get into a muddied mess because I lost a lot of poundage, and in my face is where I lost a lot of fat, and it sunk in, and a lot of this turned into texture, and where there used to be fat, it sunk into my face. And I don't want to bring any kind of color in this area, whether it's light or dark, is going to really show up where I have a lot of texture on my face in this area. So I call this the danger zone, and I stay out of that area on my face. Where you come, like how far you come in with a bronzer, if you're doing the apples, if you're staying over here, has a lot to do with your face shape, and you want to play with it in the mirror and see which one looks better on you. Go sit in front of the mirror and put bronzer on one way on this side and one way on this side, and look at it and figure out what is your look. You don't need an expensive bronzer to make bronzer work. If you like expensive shit, go get you the bougie shit. But you don't have to have, what you're looking for is color. What color plays well with your skin tone and your makeup? I hope this helps. Y'all have a great day.